Welcome back to the channel where we explore, learn, and theorize about the Marvel Universe. Today I'll be talking about when we'll get the Venom 2 trailer, Captain America 4, and plot leaks for Spider-Man No Way Home. If you're new to the channel, or even if you've been watching for a while, make sure you subscribe because more than 96% of you guys aren't subscribed. And if you think you're subbed, double check because apparently there's a glitch where people are getting unsubscribed from certain channels. And remember that a subscription is free for you, but it really helps the channel a lot. And you can always unsub later if you want. Now let's get started. Daniel Rickman is usually spot on when it comes to trailer release dates, most recently having gotten the Shang-Chi trailer date right. And now he's tweeted, "I hear the Venom 2 trailer is coming soon, so likely next week." Now still take this with a grain of salt, but if he's right again, then we'll finally get our first look at Venom Let There Be Carnage, and possibly even Carnage. Rickman also posted on his Patreon that Marvel Studios want Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to stay in the MCU for a while after Spider-Man No Way Home, and also that Chris Evans and Florence Pugh had cameos in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but they ended up being cut. And Florence Pugh's cameo being cut makes sense, as the show switched places with Black Widow. And to not spoil anything, they might have added it to Black Widow, or they'll include it in a different movie or show later on. As for Chris Evans' cameo, it means one of two things. They didn't want to overshadow Sam becoming Captain America by including him, or they decided to move it to Captain America 4. But either way, if this is true, and Chris Evans did have a cameo, it means that he's decided to return as Captain America, or possibly even as the Nomad. And this brings me to the next topic. According to The Hollywood Reporter, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier's head writer Malcolm Spellman is developing Captain America 4, which will be focused on Sam Wilson. And lastly, I'll be covering 3 new Spider-Man No Way Home plot leaks, going from least to most likely to be real. But like always, take this with a grain of salt as it's coming from 4chan. And while things on 4chan have been fully or partially right in the past, it's by no means confirmed. But here's your spoiler warning just in case it is right. The first leakers start off by saying expect the first teaser trailer in July. Tobey and Andrew's Spider-Man are not the same versions from the previous movies. They're more likely an alternate Raimi Spidey and an alternate Web Spidey. Same with the villains that are going to show up from the multiverse. Mysterio is alive and well, and his benefactor is the Kingpin. Norman Osborn is messing with Oscorp technology, trying to communicate with himself through the multiverse. He's the reason the villains from other universes are showing up in the MCU. Norman Osborn is running for Senate and planning to build a team to replace the Avengers. The 3 Spider-Men need to capture Norman Osborn from Tobey's universe, who's been contacting the MCU's version of Osborn. Tobey Maguire ends up sacrificing himself at the end of the movie, and we're getting a Miles Morales Sony movie, and that Miles will be from Tobey's universe as well. Andrew Garfield is staying with Doctor Strange to find his way home, so I guess he's in Doctor Strange too. The next leaker says Alfred Molina kind of lied to Variety. I don't have a confirmation if it was settled between Variety and Disney, but knowing how Hollywood works from the inside, I'm making the guess that it's really the case. Yes, Alfred Molina is absolutely in the movie. However, he just lied that his character was going to be extracted from that point when the sun reactor melts down / explodes. That wasn't even included in any treatment of the script I've read. This is going to be the Doc Ock from the old Spider-Man movies, but introduced in a new way. And the same thing for the Green Goblin. Let's just say that this movie approaches Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 key moments, and twists them in favor of the villains in a what-if type scenario, and the plot is much more basic than it seems. Many realities are overlapping with others, and they'll name it something like quantum superposition, and the action from the different sides will make the worlds connect, so it's not just Scarlet Witch's fault that the multiverse is going into madness. You'll be surprised at how much screen time Doctor Strange has. It's probably on par with what Robert Downey Jr. had in Homecoming. He already filmed the scenes in London, and he has some extra scenes scheduled at the end of the month. A stand-in was used in Atlanta, and a stand-in was also used in London. Loki's storyline will be crucial to this movie, and you're gonna cry multiple times. Don't say I didn't warn you. And here's the last plot leak. The leaker says I've only seen the first 20 minutes, but the movie begins in a courtroom. A wheezy judge begins the trial. He puts his paper down, and Peter is sitting there in a suit that doesn't fit. Hair gelled down like Ditko's Peter. He looks terrified, and the judge rules him guilty. Aunt May starts to cry, and the courtroom is a ruckus. Peter is sitting in a subway station in a jean jacket, hat, and sunglasses. He has a backpack with him, but a web cartridge is hanging out. He notices a lady distracted from her phone staring at it, trying to figure out what it is. He nervously stuffs it back into the bag, and she goes back to her phone. It's tense and kind of funny. It then cuts to Peter on the train. MJ and Ned get on the train as well. Peter tries to get off, but MJ pushes him back into the seat. They're also disguised. They explain something in weird code, but Peter doesn't understand. At the next stop, a big group gets on, so they get up and head to the back. Ned says that they can talk now, and that the police try to keep him at the court to ask questions after Peter ran off from the holding jail. Peter says it was easy, and MJ says that when she got home, the police were at her house. So she and Ned ran off without talking to the police and found Peter. Peter asks how they found him, and they say they just asked Doctor Strange. He's got that window, you can't miss it. Peter is appalled and tells them that he can't come with them, and tells them not to be asking superheroes for help. Ned asks, isn't that what they're there for? They have a conversation, and eventually Peter concedes. You know how movies work. They leave New York City and end up in rural New Jersey. They're squatting in a barn talking each other through science equations for fun. Ned brought a bag of marshmallows, so they roast them on a campfire. But suddenly Strange's head appears in the fire and MJ screams. Strange tells Peter he knows he's innocent, but to be prepared, because people will be looking for him and he's got a bounty on his head in every country. Peter asks wouldn't it be better to just hang out with Strange and lock the door. Strange says that is a better plan and portals them to the Sanctum. Strange says he has a free bedroom because Wong went on a mission, so Peter and MJ take one and Ned takes the other. Strange gives them some pancakes and they talk things over. Ned and MJ explain everything, but Peter is all emo. Ned asks what's wrong, and Strange says it's the pancakes, isn't it? Peter jokes that it's not the same as wheat cakes. They laugh, and Strange says they can stay, but they have to fix everything ASAP. Ned and MJ are in the library, and Peter walks into the observatory and starts messing around. He spins a globe or pulls something I wasn't able to see because it was dark, and a big observatory thing opens up. Our Earth spawns a bunch of other Earths all around the room. Strange walks in and fixes things and scolds Peter. Peter then lays in bed unable to go to sleep. There's a crash and a yell in the next room, and according to the leaker that might be Andrew Garfield. But let me know what you guys think about all this. Do you think we'll really get the Venom 2 trailer next week? Are you excited for Captain America 4? And what do you think of the plot leaks? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.